Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Dollhouse. We're here on another Monday evening for another episode of Beyond the NFT. My name is Sinful, and I am your host. I just want to take a moment to thank you all for being here, and I hope everyone had a wonderful Monday. It's it's so nice to see some familiar faces here. I mean, we have the lovely Kurzas in the building. Welcome, Kurzas. Welcome, CryptoCube. We have lovely 17. We have the ABC crew, Oddjob CK, and Billy T Coin in the building. Thank you so much for the raid. We have the Mean Green Doge team, Toxic Waifu. Let's go. Welcome, welcome. Of course, the lovely baby dolls in their bikinis. The talented Rustan looking fly as fuck, standing alongside the talented Gucci Toe. Man, lots of musical legends here. Thank you everyone for being here. I really appreciate your time, and I guess without further delay, I would like to introduce metaverse architect, NFT artist, and community builder, Creative Owls. Welcome, Creative Owls. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm seeing a lot of avatar booties out here.
you, you know, as I was explaining a little, this we like to get down. That's how we get down. You should see the speedos for the male avatars. Tang Poco. I know you're familiar with Tang Poco. She designed these
Absolutely.
speedos, and I swear to God, man, if you look through the front, there's a bulge.
Oh, it's great to be here. It's great to check out the Dollhouse. I've heard so many amazing things. I know you guys have a lot of different events, and Tank has been definitely doing such an amazing job with the community building. You guys have been doing a lot of work to build a community. So it's good to be here and see what you guys are doing, but also connect with everybody here today.
We're so happy to have you here with us. So usually I'd like to start every show. Oh, I think I messed up the OBS picture. Well, while I fix that, I'd like to start every show by just passing the mic over to my guest and giving them the opportunity, the moment to give themselves a proper introduction, as well as even give some shout outs to any friends that you might see out there in the crowd.
Well, shout out to everybody in Decentraland for hopping in here today. I'm from the other side of the woods with Spatial, but we're all content creators. We're all living in a digital world. So shout out to you, everybody that's been brought their best outfit here today. Everybody that's been dancing nonstop. Shout out to you guys. It's a privilege to be here. And I go by Creative Owls. You can call me Creative. Some people call me Owls. And what I do is I help NFT artists, entrepreneurs, businesses get into the metaverse. And I've been in this space for about 2.5 years, really trying to work with the best of the best in this space to create some amazing experience all together. So, really happy to be here and to connect with everybody here today.
Thank you. Yeah, as I was just going through the crowd, some friends I know have expressed lots of love for you in the past. We have Make an NFT here, and as well as Hi Cece up at the top, just chilling.
The queen bee right
The
there.
Queen Bee just looking over the top of our heads, judging.
Queen bee.
It's definitely an honor to have you here. It's a pleasure. And so, kind of, okay, you had mentioned you've been in the space for about 2.5 years. Early on in your Web3 career, let's say, what was your main focus, and kind of like how did you pivot into kind of wanting to educate individuals within the space, and also, um, you know, be able to give them the knowledge to present themselves to any brands they'd like to.
Well, I think let's take it a step back. Can we put the music down just a little bit?
Oh wait.
We've got it playing in the background for me pretty loud.
Oh, here. I'm trying to think because there
Probably
shouldn't.
playing in, it's probably playing inside the world as well, right?
Oh, are you watching my stream?
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah, yeah. Mute the stream. Because like there is like a little bit of music playing there, and I mean, have you heard our voices?
Nope, I just hear the music in the background.
Odd. I have it very low too. Let me. I know. Kick you likes to mess with me as well. All right, muted all tabs. Actually, you know what? We could even kick the music. Sorry, go ahead, go ahead. You were saying you wanted to take it even a step back even further.
Yeah, I guess getting into the NFT space, the metaverse really wasn't like the first initial thing that I thought about when I came into the space. Really was around like NFTs and connecting with the community and building a community. And off the very beginning, I realized how not to build a community by just spamming Twitter with my just OpenSea links, and I realized that I needed to create something special. And the metaverse was such a new topic that was coming into the space. I'm sorry, I can't, the music is so loud in my ears.
Hmm. Like,
This is,
I'm wondering where could this music be coming?
uh,
Yeah, cause I don't have any music on anymore.
is it inside the lobby?
No, like in Discord? No, I
Yeah,
don't think so. Like for me, it says music muted. Yeah. Hmm. Could it be that maybe you have a tab open with music? Maybe. Let's
it's
see.
definitely coming from the Discord.
This is muted. This is muted as well. This is muted. Yeah, I have everything muted on my end. Yep.
I'm getting like lobby music.
Hmm.
There we go. Got it. I figured it out.
Ah, okay, perfect.
Okay, got it. I guess there's like lobby music that turns on automatically. So let's take it a step back. So when I first came into this space, I was really just focusing on NFTs and kind of building an online presence with my NFTs called Moonlight Owls. And when I first came in this space, I did everything wrong. I didn't know how to build a community. I didn't know how to market correctly. It was a completely different space that I've ever been a part of or try to be a part of. And, I was really challenged just building my project and building my brand. So one of the things that I really wanted to get into is the metaverse and be part of my project. And at the time, I didn't know about Decentraland, or I wasn't involved in that. I just wasn't involved in spatial, and I was building on AWS Sumerian. And it's a Amazon platform where you kind of learn to build like small worlds, like a little bit. It's like a little small Unity that I started building in, and I sucked, and I just wasn't good at all at building that. I kind of gave up on that, and I did a Google search of like metaverses and spatial came up, and at the time spatial was very brand new. They were really using it for like conferences to really connect with people from all over the world, not really like an NFT gallery or say forth. So I kind of dove into the platform, kind of learned the ins and outs, and I said, man, why don't I do my NFT launch inside this platform, which is at the time, which was new, and label it as like the metaverse. And that's the first thing I did. And one of the most amazing things that I really thought of is that I decorated an entire spatial gallery with all my artwork, put everything there. But I realized no one cared about me.
Oh.
No one cared about my owls. No one knew who I was, right? And it's really hard to market in this space when you're a small artist, when you're first starting off.
Hmm.
There's not a lot of Um, I'm not a big monkey project. I'm not that type of hype and stuff like that. I'm a really small artist building with Illustrator and Photoshop. So for me, I needed to figure out a way to market not only my product, my brand, but also help people along the way. So one of the things that I did is that I grabbed a template, a basic template in Spatial. I put all my owls up. I spent like 2 weeks like putting it together, decorating it, and I think the second week after I was in there, I ended up buying an Oculus headset because I realized you could also put your Oculus headset and build. So I started building that way, and I started hopping into Twitter Spaces, telling everybody, "Hey, I've got this great project that's coming out. I'm going to be minting on this day with my owls." And I really didn't get a lot of people interested into it, and I was like, "Man, like."
It's
And I think I
tough.
was about like I was about 2 weeks out before I launched, and I thought, I was building it, I was like, "Man, I've got this huge wall, right? I've got this huge wall that I can use. Why don't I do like a community art wall?" Right? So I put
Mhm.
out a tweet and I said, "Hey guys, I'm doing this event for my community. Who wants to give me their artwork so I can put it inside the metaverse?" And more people cared about that than they cared about than
Mhm.
they cared about my project in the very beginning. But long story short, I probably ended up having about 50 artists from the Polygon space that came together and handed me their artwork, right? So came Mint Day, people really came for their artwork, but then also came to see my owls. And I kind of established myself as a metaverse, I guess, leader or a metaverse community person by doing a collaboration, by doing an event and showcasing their project and then my project at the same time. And the feedback that I got was like, "Man, this is so cool. We should do more. Maybe we shouldn't do any more owls. Maybe we should just do the whole community." So that kind of spun up like a new adventure for me, right?
Mhm.
And one thing I realized is that my Twitter account and my brand grew very fast, and a lot of people were talking about what I was doing because no one else was doing it at that time. And long story short, uh, that event was successful. Then we had another event where we did like a holiday party, and I grabbed everybody's artwork from the community, and we did another like holiday event inside the metaverse, and we put everybody's artwork. And so many people came. We actually we broke spatial, you can say, or we hit the max capacity within a few hours. And then it kind of clicked to me. People want to be a part of something. Artists want to showcase their artwork, and people want a place for them to hang out. Right? People want to like people, and this is where like COVID was happening.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were looking to express themselves, or haven't had that time to talk with people, or they were playing video games all day. They want to do something new. So this was a new adventure for myself and everybody in the community. And one of the things I thought about is that why don't I sell my owls as a pass, like a membership pass, right? Where if you buy an owl, any event that I attend, any event that I create, I'm going to give you first access to the space. I'm going to allow you to have your artwork in there first. You get first picking and some other perks that come along with it. So my NFT collection, Moonlight Owl, sold within about I think I don't know 4 months or so, and it was like a small little 50 collection on the Polygon blockchain that hit about 4 ETH because people
Nice.
really saw the value, right? And we're like, "Hey, man, if this guy's doing showcases and he's always going to feature my artwork being a part of it, why not, find a utility in that?" And that's where kind of the Moonlight Owls went. Now everybody that holds a Moonlight Owl is a diamond hand holder that doesn't really want to sell their NFTs because I'm still doing my events. So fast forward, I got through the holiday event and came the Polygon Showcase. And the Polygon Showcase, I put out a tweet to my community and I said, "Hey guys, who wants to be a part of this showcase where we're going to grab artists from all over the world, from all different ethnicities, men, women, PFP, 101 artists, digital art, uh, 3D art, all types of artists that were just content creators in the Web3 space came together, and we came up with this event called the Polygon Showcase. And we started it. We had about like 120 some people that day, and we broke Spatial again, and there was a big hype about it. My account grew really quickly again, and I realized this is something that the community wants. This is something that I find myself where I could help a lot of people, or I can, a lot of people want to be a part of something. And long story short, we're now at the Polygon Showcase 7. We've hosted over, I think, 25,000 metaverse events. And from the Polygon Showcase, kind of spun out other smaller events along the way. And like Women in Tech Museum kind of came out. We've had like small little Halloween showcases. I think we have maybe about 10 or 12 different events that we've done along the way that's kind of broken out. And it's really brought a lot of people together, people that really need help marketing. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy is doing marketing, creating content, helping people. And this was kind of like my outlet for filtering that. So along the way, I've been able to meet a lot of great people. I've been able to help a lot of people, um, and from that, I've been able to connect with bigger brands. And the way that you really grow in this Web3 space is around partnerships. And every showcase I do, I partner with 50 to 60 different artists every single time I do this showcase. And big brands come in and they want to help support it and so forth. And one of the hardest things is, you know, getting a good business around the metaverse,
Hmm.
building a good minimal viable product. And this is something where I found where I can now sell tickets to these showcases for artists at an affordable price, make revenue, do all the hard work with building the metaverses and the builds out. And it's really gone a really long way, not only with events and marketing, but also architecting and building it actual metaverse spaces. And one of the things when I first started in this space is that I wasn't good at Unity at all whatsoever. I wasn't really a huge builder in Blender and so forth. My skill sets were not around that. My skill sets were around people, but I still wanted to learn. And have you ever heard of Gravity Sketch?
Gravity Sketch. I've had a couple friends speak about it.
Yeah, so Gravity Sketch is it's a software that's inside the Quest 2 that I have where you can use your headset to like build like environments. So I started building it with my headset, building like the floor, the walls, and start like architecting of how it would look like in a real world and how it would look like in a digital world. And then I started building and I started getting better and I started learning Blender. Um, and along came new skills, new opportunities, and really have became successful in my name and my brand by helping others with the Polygon Showcase and my metaverse solutions.
Yeah, so as you were speaking about the Polygon Showcase and stuff, I was looking through your website and even like, found the past events that you have hosted before. And like just to kind of like give me an idea, were they all the same scale as the Web3 Leaders Metaverse Summit, or were some smaller, like bigger or smaller than others?
Some were
Bigger.
every year it's gotten bigger or better because the metaverse environment has gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, spatial's features have gotten more mature. So we've been able to integrate spatial's new features as we've been rolling out these events, like with games, tokens, wearables. Where in the very beginning, we had to put like sticky notes to show people like who the artist was. And if Cece's in the crowd, she can remember. And if people have been with me for a while, and if you guys are watching that's been with me for the last 2 years, we really every time we do the showcase, we learn a little bit, we grow a little bit,
Hmm.
and that's I think that's the part of being an artist. You know, you mature, you create something, and then you create the next thing you're going to make is going to be better because you learn from your past experience.
Yeah, yeah, that actually was kind of a question that was popping into my head through all these events that you have organized and hosted. What was one of those lessons that you didn't think you would learn, whether it's like, the streaming or like, the build just not deploying because of this one little tiny thing.
I think you have to learn patience when you're in the metaverse because one, things are never going to go the way you plan, you know, and sometimes people don't show up, sometimes people lose connections, sometimes the artwork doesn't load, some people are getting kicked out, so you have to have patience when you're working on a product or a new software that's brand new, and you
Hmm.
also have to be flexible and you have to be very creative. If it didn't work that way, the next time I do an event, how can I make it better, right? So
Hmm.
one of the main issue we had was on one day bringing so many people in where they couldn't see the artwork. So right now in Decentraland, we've got like, 20, 30 people, but if we did like a Polygon showcase, we would have 50 people at once and it would be really hard. And sometimes, well, most of the time if you've been in the Web3 space, you understand that it's so diverse, it's so global where it's 10 p.m., 10:44 right now, it's like three in the afternoon somewhere else. So
Yep.
we had to really make it a global event, and that's a really hard lesson I had to learn. So we made it a 2-day event now, and we have different time zones and different times that we present, and then we have panel sessions to really help everybody across the world to attend, be able to share their artwork, and then educate too. One of the parts that I haven't spoken about is Polygon Showcase is now really well formatted where we do session for artists to talk about, their story, how they create, why they create, what motivates them, what inspires them, why they, and so forth. And then we also have a session, like a panel session, which I love. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the Polygon Showcase, where we meet with like industry leaders or community leaders within our community to ask them questions about, how do you build this? Or what didn't work? Share your story of what do you think this is going to look like? And we've been able to get some professional experts in this field to give us some legal advice, give us advice about how to, create a smart contract. And we've been able to bring in experts from big brands like Polygon, Boxbox, to come in and to educate us of how we should be running our business or how we should be creating to kind of give us the best tips. So it's been a real educating community around that. And I think there's so much value that this event provides. And it is so tough to be a solo artist in this space. And it is so hard if you're new to the community, you're trying to get in. This is a great onboarding session, not only to the NFT space, the Web3 space, but also the metaverse because there's a lot of people in there that are going to help guide you and help you kind of you know walk around and
Hmm.
do all kinds of things inside the metaverse. So it's been a really educational experience.
Yeah. So, as I mentioned earlier, I had the great honor to be one of the speakers at one of your events, the Web3 Leader Metaverse Summit. Here, I thought I saw it here earlier. I wanted to jump over to the build. I think do you know if you still have the build up for?
No, I think I flipped the build.
Okay, okay. Darn.
Yep.
It
Yeah, but
was
I know what you're saying.
it was such a beautiful build. Had all like the displays for different artists that you had highlighted. You mentioned that you typically like to work with about 50 artists per event.
Yeah, I mean it gets hard when you're a small team. it's hard to manage 50 people. It's even harder to manage 50 artists, people that are free willing, people that are all over the world and they're in different time zones. So I've gotten a lot of help from bands, Polygon Alliance, CC, BDK, Dave, my guy Mega Retro, Tyrone. There's so many people that have like helped me scale this because I used to try to do this by myself and I would stay up for weeks and it would be not healthy, right? So once I started asking for help, I started realizing where I can speed up processes. Is it hanging up artwork? Is it doing communication? Is it hosting Twitter spaces? What can I do to kind of speed up the process? And as I'm learning, I'm also sharing this with the community as well. So I started a YouTube channel to help people dive into spatial, maybe to set up their account or maybe to create their avatar.
Hello everyone, my name's
Just basic
Creative, and welcome to my
standard,
new YouTube channel.
you know,
In this
getting
video,
into the
I'm gonna be showing
metaverse
you
type
how
of
to set up
videos
your
that I think
profile
have really
on
helped
spatial.io.
a lot of people. And it's fun when I meet people and the first thing they say is, "Hey, I watched all your videos." I'm like, "Oh man," like I hope, those are so
Alright
old,
guys,
but
I am
it really
logged
has
into
helped a lot of people,
spatial.io,
and
and today we're going to be
I
checking out
I look forward to
Spatial's new
continue
profile
doing that.
feature.
One
This
of
is
the
a new
videos
feature
I
that they
created is how to
added
host
today
events in the
on
metaverse,
their website.
and I
If
get
you
a
haven't
lot of
already,
companies that
they
come
have
come to me all
revamped
the
their
time now,
website
and they're like,
and
"Hey,
it's
we want to build a
UI
community.
so clean. I'm
We want to
super
have 1,000
excited to
people
be
come into
using
their
this
space."
platform
Well,
in
you gotta do it right.
2023 and moving
And it's
forward.
all about the
The
experience.
visuals
It's all about
of the
communication
platform
and,
have
and
gotten
really about marketing
amazing.
when it comes
They've
to
gotten some new
bringing
tabs
in
where you
people
have
into
the
the
trending,
space,
what
and
trending
then the
metaverses are
value. What
happening.
is the
One of the
value
most
of the
popular
event?
environments
Are
that
you
are going
sharing
around
valuable knowledge,
inside
or are you
spatial,
just watching
and
a
which
video?
platforms or
What is it about the event
environments are
that's going to
live,
keep people talking
what are
about
the
it and
newest
keep coming
environments
back
that
for more?
just happened, and also as a user, what are
I
the
did
latest
just
metaverses
drop
that you have
your
attended so you can always
YouTube,
go back, and of
like on
course
in world
your
as well
environments
as
that
on
you
the
have
Twitch
created
stream.
before. But
So
today's video
back
is to
to
talk
what
about a
you
profile,
were
and I
you
think
had
the
mentioned
profiles
to
is such a
Cece.
great feature
Cece
within
says,
Spatial
"I
because
have
it allows people to
PTSD with
build
sticky notes."
relationships, connect, and you get to connect with
Yeah, so I
artists,
mean, and
educators,
it's
and leaders in the space
it
simply
was also
by
really
using
hard
this
for
feature.
us too
So let's
because
dive in. First, you're going to go
a
ahead
lot
and
of us
log
have
into
different
spatial.io,
backgrounds.
and at the
A
top
lot
right, you're
of
going to
us have
see
different
your icons. And
ethnicities,
what you're going to do is go ahead and
and
select
a
it
lot of us
and
we
select
have
profile.
families, right?
And
We
right
have
now, you're
full-time
going to be
jobs,
inside of the
and when you're
profile
running an
picture. If
event
you
like
can
that,
find out, because you'll see
it
your
takes a
username
lot of
here at the
effort,
top. And
and
what's nice is that you'll
it's a
have your
big
username
build-up
that you can
for these type
change.
of
You can
things.
have
It's really
your
hard,
handle, the
but
number of
over the
spaces that
time,
you
the
have, the
processes
number
have
of
gotten
people who
better.
are
We've gotten
following
better
your page,
features.
the number of people that you
So,
follow.
but
Not only that, you
that's
also have
part of. I feel
the
like if I
ability
didn't
to
go
add
through
your
that
Twitter,
shit,
your
if I didn't go through
Instagram,
that,
as
I
you can
don't think
see
I
on the
would be
website, and
this
a little bit of description about
successful.
yourself.
Like I failed
But the way
so
that we
many
do that, we actually
times
just go into your page
trying to
and
do
select edit.
things,
Once you click
and
edit,
I've
you're
had
going
a
to have
pain in the
a form
ass
for us to complete.
of failing and
Obviously,
people
this will
not
be our
coming to my
name
shows
for our
or
profile. The
not
username
getting
that people
featured
will
or
see.
not
So
getting
if you're a digital
sponsored.
artist
Where
and you go
I
by a
think I've
certain name,
learned so
make
much
sure
from
that
all
you
those
change that,
things where
because when you're in a
my
metaverse and you're an event and
confidence
a curator,
is really
people aren't
high
necessarily
now when it
gonna
comes
know
to
who
creating
John Doe
events, and
is,
I know
but
the
they're more
value
likely
that I
to know
can
what the
bring
artist's
because
name is or
I've
what they're
talked to
creating.
people,
So
I've
make sure
heard
you
the
guys keep
stories,
that in mind.
we've seen
Add a little bit of
artists
description about
sell
who
their
you are,
artwork
what you
where they
do, what you
haven't been able to
provide.
sell their
You can
artwork.
provide your Discord,
We've
your
heard artists
Twitter, your
cry
Instagram,
where
your
they haven't had
OpenSea,
someone
your
to
LinkedIn,
talk
your
to.
TikTok,
And
and
we've seen
actually your personal
people
site. And I highly suggest doing this, guys. This is
connect
the
with
way
each other, and I
people
think
can
that's the
find you. One of
power
the
of
things that we
these type
see
of
inside the
events is for people
metaverse
to
is
connect,
that
just
we're
like
able
you're
to
seeing
create
here in
relationships.
Decentraland, right?
But you
You've
don't have
had
to
people that
create
have been
relationships
together
with them.
for
How do we
a
connect with
year
them?
or two
How do we
years
follow
being
them? How do
friends,
we
hopping
keep up with them?
online
With this
and
new
connecting and sharing
feature, this is going to allow us to do it.
wearables,
So it's an amazing tool.
sharing
All you have to do is hit save, and here at the
gear
bottom
and
it's
so
going to
forth,
show
and
your
building
recent releases that
relationships.
you've
And I
got
think
going
that's the
on.
thing that keeps us
One
special.
thing
And
that
it's
I
in the
do
real
see, actually,
world,
just
I
pardon
can
my
say,
hands.
the Web 2
It's
space,
kind of broke, so I apologize
it's
for
really
the
hard
pause.
for me to find amazing
Some of the
friends like
questions
this
that we have
that
is,
live all around
how
me.
do I get
Right.
my
It's hard
space
for
to
me to find
populate
like a
here
Make, a
at the bottom?
CC,
And I'm going to show you guys real
Prism,
quick how
or
to do
just
that.
friends that are just
And
kind of like
all
me
you
that
have to
are
do
kind of want to
is go
nerd out
into one of
and
your environments.
create
Actually, let's
be
actually create an
positive
environment and let's
on a
actually
daily
publish it so
basis.
you
But
guys
I
can
can find
see
it
it.
here on the internet
All I'm
in a
going to do
digital
is hit
world
create
and
new
have these type
space.
of relationships. And I think that's what
I'm going to go ahead and
was really
select the
amazing
template
about
I want.
the metaverse right now.
Yeah, I mean, with the two individuals you just mentioned,
Awesome.
Make and Cece,
So
like
our
it's it's like,
has been created,
you know, in a
couple
way,
things for you guys
it's
to
hard
know.
to find those
Obviously,
in
you
real
guys can go in
life
here
within your
and
circle,
upload
because
your
I know
artwork
these two
and you know,
individuals
have
personally.
curated
I've met them
one
in
of the effects that you
Miami. I
guys
had a
is
chance
change
to,
the
like, you know,
title.
see what
So
they're
we're gonna
about, and
do
these two are
YouTube
special. So
video,
you know, they're special human beings.
and
so
also too what we're gonna do for us to
yeah,
be able to see
definitely
this gallery
it is
publicly for
amazing
the
to be able to have a digital setting where we could, you know, get together and kind of connect with one another, like in in a lot deeper way than we would if this were just like a chat room or something like that.
Yeah, and then also grow too.
Yes.
You know, I think when we first started, there's people that didn't know how to create a website or create a smart contract, right? And being a part of the community, we've talked about creating smart contracts, or we've written blog articles, or people didn't know how to create a metaverse environment or create an event or anything. Now people are like doing amazing things, and we're all leveling up together. I think that's the really special thing about this community. I wouldn't even say my community, just in general, the community that I'm a part of, is that everybody's just leveling up. We're all learning new things. We're all diving into AI. We're all doing marketing. We're doing live. We're doing Twitch shows and stuff like that we weren't doing a year ago. So being a part of a community that's continuously wanting to learn and educate themselves and is consistently positive, and that is the best thing that you can be a part of right now.
Most definitely. So kind of going back a little bit, you were kind of speaking about how you educate individuals on how to pitch to brands and, you know, just in general talk to brands. What are some of the best tips you can share in regards to gathering metrics to present to them?
So let's take a step back real quick. When I first started in this space, I had a show called the Mega Creative Show, and I had my friend Steve, and him and we had no idea what we were doing. And this is when Twitter Spaces were kind of really popping when it first came out, and NFTs. And what we were trying to do is help people, but also learn as well too, but to kind of get our brand. And what we created was the show is to help others around marketing, entrepreneurship, and our topics were how to shield your NFT, uh, how to market, how to create a website, how to collaborate, and a lot of educational stuff came from it. And I think we did over like 150 shows. I have like the documents of every show, and we really grew as leaders that way, and that's where I think I kind of found my voice to helping people. And in the very beginning, I used to be so nervous to come up on Twitter Spaces to talk. I'm not gonna lie, I used to be so nervous and be like, oh shit, I'm about to come up, I'm about to go on mute, here we go. And like I had like my little bulletin points of what I was gonna speak on, so I didn't sound dumb at the time. But over time, I got more comfortable. I got comfortable with my voice. I think people got comfortable with my personality. And over time, I kind of grew into this leadership role. And when big brands came in, I was kind of at the spear front of talking to them or letting them know about how we were doing things because I found my voice pretty early. And along the way, I think bringing up a lot of our guests, they also learned to find their voice or to speak up and kind of find the rhythm of what they wanted to do. So I think that's where the educational part came into play. I do have a background in digital marketing. I am an entrepreneur. So I have a couple businesses. So a lot of the stuff that I learned in my past, I've been able to share it with content creators that maybe don't have the educational background, or they're just kind of focused on creating art and they just need a little bit of help of what are some little tricks and trades to help them out. One of the first things that I would tell you when you first get into the space, if you are a Decentraland creator, if you are an NFT creator, if you create lollipops, I don't care, or wearables, is to understand your target audience. Coming into the space and not knowing who you're trying to talk to, or where your message is always going to be tough when you come out. But the better you know your target audience, the better you know what keywords they want to hear, the better you're going to be able to sell your product, connect with them, and build a community around that. I think that's kind of the big thing, is to understand who you want to connect with first. And if you're starting off, talk about what you care about. If you're trying to talk about what everybody else is talking about, you're just going to blend in. there are
Mm.
people that really care about what you think, and are going to connect with you. And I think when you're starting off building a community, it's really important to just get as the most genuine people as you can, and the people that really care about uh, what your value is and what your mission is before they start caring about the hype. I think that's a great way to kind of start off coming in this space, or as a creator or a metaverse content creator. Is if you like creating events around dancing, dance offs, create around dance offs. If you like creating events around NFT artwork, create around artwork. It doesn't matter. Just stick to what you like and what you're passionate about. Don't do something out of your realm that does not really fit your vision and mission, because then you're gonna hate it really quickly, and you're not gonna want to do it anymore.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, I'd like to even kind of mention to new users come into, just our metaverse space. It's like anyone that asks, "Hey, I would love to contribute to the community. What can I do?" The best tip I can give them is like look around, and what don't you see? Like, and then question two is, does it align with something that you are passionate about? And if it does, like, it's like that your answer's right there. And the best thing about Web3 is it's permissionless. Like, you do it. You just the the only barrier is yourself, basically. Like the day that you decide to do something and you start doing it, it's kind of like the day that you find yourself in a way.
Absolutely. Yeah, figure out what it is, right? Are you the one that likes to host the parties, and likes to, organize everything, or do you like to build environments, and that's what you're really passionate about, right? Or do you like to create wearables? Or, whatever it is, figure it out. Or are you the guy that likes to stream and stream for everybody, put it on YouTube, right?
Yep.
Or are you the person likes to take photos and takes all the photos? Figure out what you're good at and what you're passionate about, and just go 100% on it. I
Hmm.
think don't care what other people think about you. I think that's another thing that I had, was caring about what other people thought, right? I think once you get rid of that, nothing is more dangerous than an artist or a creator that has confidence in themselves.
Yes, most definitely. Confidence plays a big role. Crap, I also had like even another kind of thing to think about to kind of mention, but kind of drifted in the wind. My one
Yeah, with
brain.
all these dancers, look at these little booty avatars. I this
Y-
is so in spatial, we don't have these type of outfits. So it's that's the one thing, is that every environment, every community is different. And I think that's the magic with, Web3 or metaverses. Um, there's a home for everybody. You just got to figure out what your niche is and what you feel comfortable with, right? If you want to swing around a pole, and do your thing, that's your thing. I'm sure you're going to find 100 people that want to do that as well too. If you just want to, look at artwork, then that's your thing. Do whatever you want to do. If you want to play games inside the metaverse, go ahead and do what it is.
Yep.
And I think that's one of the things that I really love, right? It's just being able to have all different type of cultures, diversity and equality and inclusion, all over the world, where we didn't have that, right? And find your niche, but also find your voice while you're doing it.
And also, what I was gonna say is, kind of like when you were speaking on like find what you're passionate about, because you're naming off so many things. Also, another very important thing would be kind of like to find something like find something to focus on, because as you mentioned earlier in the interview, kind of like at first you tried to do everything yourself, and you would find yourself at a point where you weren't sleeping for like days on end because there's just so much to cover. um so definitely, like, that's where, like, each individual finding their strengths kind of goes into play. Yeah, you never know, you might just create a team.
Yeah, or you could organically grow a team. Someone come up and say, "I'll do whatever I need to do. I just want to be a part of this," or "I'm completely lost. I can, can I work with you? Or, hey, I've got a great idea. I can't do it myself. Well, come on, join the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that those are really that's organically that's how you grow a team and see who's going to stick with you and who's going to grow with you and who's passionate about it. Because some people might come in that has come in and just wanted to help for the clout, right? Just wanted to be a part of the show so they can get their name out there, right? But there's some people that have been doing this for 2 years with me, or have been building alongside of me that are really passionate about it.
Nah, man, big shout out to those individuals, the real ones. I like to call them.
Yeah, the real ones. And then even you guys with the Decentraland, I know you guys have been, building your community, creating your own events, figuring out ways to engage with people and educate people. I think it's like it never ends, right? There's always someone that you can connect with. There's always someone that you can learn with along the way. There's someone that's going to bring a cool wearable or bring value.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that you just got to figure out who's aligning with your mission and vision as soon as possible. That's going to help create that partnership.
Yep, yep. I mean, I'm gonna use an old joke here. All 38 of us like to put our brains together and see how we can brainstorm more ways into just getting the word out there, being seen by other algorithms. A few times we've spoken about let's just stop using the words NFT. Let's start saying digital collectible, or yeah, kind of like the
Yep.
speech that we use when speaking to people. Go ahead.
No, 100%. I think a lot of what we're doing right now, we're trailblazing. Everybody here that's inside the metaverse or who's been in Decentraland, like we're just at the very tip of metaverse spectrum. This is something where I've gotten data where I know like this is the very, very beginning of it. Until we get to like year 2026, more and more people are going to have headsets. More and more people are going to be spending more time in virtual reality worlds, right? Some of you guys spend, you know, more than an hour a week or an hour a day inside, metaverses. If you guys spend more than an hour a week in the metaverse, put in the chat. Yes, I spend more than an hour, or put a one. If you spend more than 4 hours in the metaverse, put a two. Right? Let me know in the chat. Right? So what's happening is that more and more people are getting comfortable with having relationships or working or networking inside virtual reality spaces. And the educational part is now growing more with people that are now working working remotely. Now we're seeing Microsoft Teams, Azure, all these other companies now are going virtual and they're having their own avatars inside their Microsoft Teams or their Zooms, and having their own virtual worlds where they're able to connect and educate and so forth. Online training and online courses, is more people are getting more comfortable where they want to go to school online, right? Or learn through at home and so forth. So we're going to see more of learning, more people getting inside metaverses, more companies that maybe want to train or onboard at home or create an experience to help customers learn more about the brand. We've got Dolce Gabbana, we've got Nike, we've got Starbucks, we've got a lot of these big organizations that are diving into Web3 and then want to get inside the metaverse to create an online presence. Digital collectibles is getting more popular. Back in the day, people used to collect baseball cards, football
Yep.
cards, and that was their jam. Now we like to collect digital collectibles, right? Or having something that I met someone online from UK and they created an artwork or created an owl for me. Now I have that in my digital wallet and I can keep that as long as I want to and then maybe give it down to my little one in the future and keep my digital collectible going as well too. So Metaverse is just beginning. I think by the time that we get to 2029, I think everybody is going to be spending like 2 or 3 hours with a headset or like some type of Oculus goggles or AR, being
Mm-hmm.
immersed on a educational, maybe a meditational,
Mm-hmm.
learning or so forth. It's just a matter of time.
Yep, yep. I mean, the just the years you're kind of speaking of, like, I mean, we're almost done with 2023 here, so like we're talking like 7 years, and kind of like what we've been seeing with technology that kind of like has been just like let's say something comes out by the next year, like that same technology is double than what it is, and just technology keeps exponentially getting better and better, and now that we have the the use of AI, I feel like all the VR hardware is going to get expanded on, and it's going to be improved upon and made better. So all this that you just mentioned is very possible.
Well, think about it this way. Maybe like 5 years ago, or maybe three, or maybe for me it was 2 years ago. There's no way that I would ever say that I can create my own game.
Yeah.
But what about you guys? Did you guys ever think you can create your own video game? Be
uh,
able to hop in the headset and like roam around and connect with people over the world? The only thing I thought about that when I was like playing like The Sims or playing like video games and stuff like that to a certain
mhm.
degree, but never thought that I could create my own, right? That I could actually learn Unity and so forth.
Yep, yep.
Or even AI, right? Back in the day, you had to be a data scientist or you had to learn about data modules and so forth for you to even think about working with AI. Now you can work with generative AI. You can just text prompt and being able to generate content or images and so forth. So how would I say this? The world and people are learning at a very, very fast rate, right?
Yes.
And people that are very creative, like everybody here that's dancing, that's been in the space, people that are very creative, that are outgoing, that want to create. The barriers is just gotten it's just gotten so much lower for you to break into these new emerging technologies. But we as creators, we also have to know what the equation is,
Yep.
right? What is the real metaverse, and how can I really take my business to the metaverse? So here are three things for you guys to think about when it comes to the metaverse equation. The first one is metaverse is really around like transport, right? We can be at the dollhouse or we can be at the beach, right? So inside the metaverse, we can be anywhere we want to be, right? We can transport to a different portal and go somewhere off anywhere we want to be. That's really a part of the equation. The second part is being able to transform, right? So I can wear my wearable, I can have red hair, I can express myself as much as I want to. I can wear my little thong, I can wear my speedo, I can wear my all green jacket. I can be whoever I want to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep.
the other one is now the transact, where we're able to transact like currency, or I don't know if Decentraland has like coins or what it is for you to like buy stuff or trade
Decentraland
stuff.
mana. That's our crypto mana.
Yeah, right. So having all three of those things what really creates that metaverse world, right? And there are some platforms that are not fully there yet, and they're getting there. Like we've seen Spatial that had like in the very beginning, you can just transport, right? And they can only be one avatar. Now they're getting different avatars. Now they're bringing in the currency and so forth. So that's where we're seeing the immersive metaverse solutions. And now creators like you guys, if you guys are want to be business creators about this, you can really, this for me, I look at it as the metaverse being like the next website for somebody, right?
Yep.
You log in, you have like their about us page, which is like an avatar tell you what it is. Maybe then it's a shelf where you can see their products, their solutions, maybe a checkout so you can buy it and it gets ships to your house, right? And then inside that experience, maybe you have their music, the theme. If you're buying like a Nike shoe, instead of going to the Nike outlet, right, you can go inside the immersive Nike store check out the shoes, try them on your avatar, right? See how they look like, check yourself out in the mirror, and then do a transaction, and you can get them inside the metaverse, and you can also get them at home. So that's where I feel like we're going to be. We're heading towards. We're around the metaverse solutions for brands and businesses.
Yeah. Back to even, you were mentioning interoperability, getting your wearables across lines. What are your thoughts on this VRM kind of like movement that we have come to, where it's almost starting to seem like, VRMs will be the way towards interoperability due to like a lot of metaverse platforms integrating VRMs to like, for your skins.
VRM, like, what do you mean by VRMs? Sorry.
Well, kind of like, okay, for example, Decentraland kind of had a feature update recently where we can, here, if I go to my backpack and click on this VRM right here, it takes all your wearables that you're currently wearing and it will make a VRM for you. And then here, and here, I gotta look for the right file.
What does
here.
VRM stand for? Sorry.
Ooh, man, hey, you got me there, my friend.
Oh yeah, so I'm not. See, I'm not hip yet. I'm not hip yet. So you gotta let me know.
Well, according the best definition I can give you is skin you can take to other metaverse, or you can even like it's like a virtual skin. You could even use it on your OBS to kind of like instead
Oh, yeah.
of streaming yourself, you can make your avatar your
Yeah, so if you can take like that's what I'm saying. If you can take your avatar like Ready Player B and take them to different environments and different worlds and still keep your assets, that's the play right now.
Yep, yeah, here I'm currently like going over to the Hyperfy because so I took that VRM file of like my current avatar and now I can go over here to Hyperfy. Have you ever played around with Hyperfy?
I haven't. I have not played with Hyperfied yet.
Oh my god, Hyperfy is fucking baller. Where like the builder tool is one of those that like you could set multiple people as give them builder rights and they could be just like dragging and dropping 3D assets like around
Oh, this is sick.
in real time. So yeah, if I were to click on my character here.
Yeah, so for you to bring your same avatar across different environments, that's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, that's what Ready Player Me does. And they have it in different multiple environments where you can mop them around. I think it's like VR chat, spatial, and some other ones that you can play around with. And then there's different applications, not even metaverse, but different apps that you can still use your same character. That's what I'm saying. Like I have a YouTube channel where I actually have my Ready Player Me avatar speaking for me, so I'm not in front of the camera. That's what I'm saying.
Nice. I do believe that is VRM. Oh wait, let's see. Let's see if someone in chat actually gave us the definition. Virtual reality modeling or virtual reality model. That's VRM.
Okay. Yeah. So just carrying your avatar from different environments, or your different models, or your different build outs.
Yep. So
Yep. Yeah.
I
It's like building a responsive website. You have to have a product that can go on all different browsers, all different devices.
Yeah. So I think this, Decentraland implementing VRMs is one of their best moves because like we have a vibrant marketplace here where creators publish their wearables and collectors buy, and so now there is finally a way to take your wearable that you had already like invested in and show it off in a different world where no one may know like where it came from, and you're like, hey, yeah, these are Doki shoes. She's a designer on Decentraland. Like, check her out.
You know what? And honestly, back in the day, like I want to say this back in the day, like the creator economy is changing so much
Mm-hmm.
where where you can create YouTube channels and you can talk about your products or review products and make so much money. The creator economy for the metaverse is like I feel like it's just starting to happen where people are coming in and you want to pay me to host their events or they want to pay someone else to help host their events or create them like their own outfits,
Yep.
create their own like branded event or like an so can I throw an all white party in Decentraland? Can I make that happen with you guys? Can I throw an all white party? But yeah, just things like that where if you have a creator that has the knowledge and can create things for themselves or highlight it and educate people, brands are looking to pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
Influencers are the ones that are, commercials are one thing, but people are really listening to influencers now more than ever, and those influencers are now making a good amount of money. We've seen with Twitter, with X, now they're paying their content creators for, um, you know, being trending, keeping people on their platform, for making them watch videos.
Mm-hmm.
All those things are happening. Just a matter of time for we figure out more ways to monetize being inside the metaverse.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it is definitely like Web3 content creation is growing. We feel it
Oh
grow.
yeah.
We definitely feel it grow. To your all white question, Brandon Manis answered. He said, we've done that. I think. I think it may have been a dollhouse party actually that Tank Poco or the Baby Dolls put together. They like to kind of like they have these events every Wednesday called Wag Me Wednesdays, and with that event, they'll say a different. They'll put up a different theme, like prom day or all white party, bikini party, and stuff like that. And I do like kind of what these themed events do to our marketplace. It stimulates the marketplace in terms of like bikini party is coming up. So, you have everyone in the
I'll be
marketplace
attending.
looking for bikinis, then they'll
Yeah.
purchase a bikini, and it could be a bikini that hasn't sold anything in like months, but like, just this party reemerges that popularity and gives that artist, that creator, the opportunity to make a sell, or put it.
And that's honestly that's the challenge right now is for metaverse content creators to make money,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
right? If we're on here, if like Crizzo is on here all day, if Tang's on here all day, if MetaMike's all day, how do we make money from being on this platform, right? Is it just selling wearables? Is it creating events that people want to go to, right? That's kind of the question that a lot of people are asking, right? What can
Mhm.
I do to bring people to the event, and how do I charge for an event, just like I would in the real world, right?
Yeah.
And if you do free events for a while, sometimes it could lose the value.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I've realized, right?
Okay.
People that will pay $5 or $2 or $10 or $30 for a ticket are more likely to go and more likely to promote the event if they're paying for it. But if you are doing free events all the time, people could lose the value in it because it's free.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I do see kind of like that end of things, in all honesty, it doesn't even have to be something expensive. It could be like, hey, I have this NFT that
Dollar,
will
yeah,
get you in. It's
yeah.
too matic. Uh,
It's what I'm saying. Yeah, just something that keeps the creator making some type of revenue stream as well too. So then they can say, hey, I did this event, I was able to bring this much,
mhm.
right? Or work with a brand, right, that maybe wants to do a giveaway or raffles with like a sweater or a hoodie, and then everybody that pays for this NFT gets to be a part of that raffle, right? And just figure out creative ways to make some revenue because that's something where we as content creators and people that are building in the metaverse, we have to figure that out. We can't be doing all these stuff. We do a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do what we're doing. No one else is doing it, and we have to figure out some way to also make some revenue out of it.
Yeah, definitely. Back to kind of like what you were kind of asking, like how do creators monetize? How do we make ends meet? Is it wearables? Is it events? Is it building? You know, in the current state that we're in, it like it's a bit of everything in a way, and cause like you mentioned, we're trailblazing this bitch. Like we're the ones like making it happen. And I mean personally, when it comes to like someone in my position, I feel like I need to hit the phones. I need to, you know, get my shameless cap on, hit the phones, start talking to people about like what I do with, you know, my shows, my
Yeah.
community building, whatever it may be. And eventually, you know, maybe by the miracle of anything, like there'll be someone, some brand, some company that will want to partner up with little old Mew.
So let me ask everybody that's in your space. Put a yes if you've actually made revenue inside Decentraland. Let me just put a yes if you've made. Ask that question. Put a yes if you've made any revenue inside Decentraland by selling wearables, selling an environment. Let me just put a yes in the chat. So that's what I want to know is how many people are actually making revenue from this, right? And is that revenue good enough for just a hobby? Because I know a lot of people also want to take this to be a full-time job too.
Mm-hmm.
People love this, right? And how do I turn this to be a full-time job? I think that's the question. And what you guys are doing, like what we're all doing, is collaborating and working with each other. I mean, that's really how we get more people into our product. And as a marketing, it's all about reach, right?
Yeah.
Um, Tapping into my community, tapping into your community, getting more people exposed to what we're doing. And then that when they come into Decentraland, if I go inside Decentraland, where do you think I'm probably going to go to? I'm probably going to come over here to the dollhouse, and I'm more likely going to buy something from the dollhouse than I would anywhere else because this place, has been well marketed, and you guys doing amazing things, right?
So to
Um,
your question, I got a couple of yeses, and then Tank Poco goes, "Nice try, Tex man."
Don't worry, man. I'm not worried about your taxes. But what I'm saying is that it's not easy. It's not easy to sell wearables. Not easy to sell products. It takes a lot of work. It's also, like I said, you got to figure out what your target audience is. So for me, I don't sell wearables. I don't sell emojis. I sell tickets to my events where we provide like the best content creators to come in and to share valuable content and create relationships and get highlighted and get marketed in a way that they haven't experienced before.
I
So
mean,
that's my niche, and that's what works for me. But hopefully in the future I can tap into other different things. Right now, it's about partnerships. That's the one thing I realized to grow as a metaverse company or as a creator is who you partner with, right? What is
mhm,
your past experience? Who have you collaborated with? So when these big projects come up, a lot of this stuff is word of mouth,
yes.
right? So if I come into Centraland and I'm an investor, but here we go. Let's take this back. Everybody here listening, check this out. I Decentraland follows me on Twitter. I have no idea why. I think we're friends. They probably see the metaverse stuff that I do. But I reached out to them in a group chat and I said, "Who are your top creators in this space?" And they referred me to you,
Oh,
right?
nice. Aw.
Yeah. But that's how you gain business by being consistent. So if I'm a big brand and I'm looking to invest a lot of money or to connect to Decentraland, I'm going to ask people, right? And people are going to tell me what their best opinion is. So it all comes from referrals. So being consistent, keep doing what you're doing is going to allow you to have more opportunities.
Yep. That is number one thing for me. Consistency. Every week, week in
It's,
and week out, I'm here.
it's tough. It's tough. There's some good days. There's some bad days,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of us, have a full-time job or we've got kids, but we're really passionate about creating and innovating, and I think that's the itch that keeps us up at night.
Oh God, I just realized there's been double audio on the stream. On oh well, I think everyone's good. Ever since I went
Enjoy
to
it, guys.
Hyperfy. Yeah, right. uh, let's see. So, wow, whoa, we've been going for about an hour. It's been an awesome conversation. Definitely want to give some time for to kind of talk about your art and kind of like any collections that you have out right now. I did come across this Lost in the AI Metaverse
Yes,
collection.
yes, yes, yes. So the Moonlight Owl collection was a one of one small collection that I put out. I do have a Polygon social club that I tried so hard to like ramp it up and to kind of get that going. I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. I've got like an airdrop coming December for them. But I'm really passionate about new technology, and I really got into generative AI. I recently got my Microsoft certification from AI, and generative AI has been something that has been kind of been playing around in my brain for a while. And I have a good friend of mine. Her name is Vans Cryptomong. And Vanessa, who's also a part of my team, is just an amazing AI artist. And I love what you can do with AI and create a story. So I created this collection called Lost in the AI Metaverse that I released, I think March, and I have just done a terrible job marketing it. I just been so busy with like events and my last collection sold out, and I think the last big buy was like at 1200 or something like that. And as I met a lot of people, people were never able to buy my NFTs because the Moonlight Owls were so expensive or so forth, and there was just a limited amount. With this Lost in the Generative AI collection, this is a collection that it has a high volume of 700 and allows people to buy it at a very, very affordable price. I think it's like $3, $5 or
Hmm.
something like that. So then you can actually, be a part of it. And it really, this takes course of the year, I think 2059, where you're an astronaut and you're using AI to travel through space. And somehow there's been a glitch inside your spacesuit and you're kind of lost with reality. You kind of get lost of what's real and what's not real anymore, and you kind of get lost in the metaverse inside the AI. And that's where the story goes. And right now, I have about seven. Thank you so much, by the way, for purchasing one. I appreciate you. You're awesome. It started off with seven, and I wanted to come up with really cool stories for each one of them. So you've got Emir in the universe. You got data farming, data digital oasis. So each one of those has a little story or a little bit of snippet of what that scene is. So everything is kind of like in a theme of being stuck and trying to figure out, is this real or am I kind of stuck in the kind of the matrix and so forth. And I really love the spaceman. I think that's my jam. I think all of us are travelers in this universe or in this space. So I think this kind of represents everybody of how they're traveling through the world, right? Or through the universe. And sometimes you feel like you're stuck or you're lost in your thoughts and so forth. So that's where I kind of came up with this collection. It's a small collection, and the goal is to get as many of my friends or my community people to be a part of this new collection. And one thing I realized is that the generative AI space, the generative AI space is really really small in my community. In the Polygon space, it's really a lot of PFP projects.
I see.
And these PF projects are like monkeys, bears, ducks,
The
all this
usual.
type of the usual stuff, right? And what I wanted to do is do something a little bit different. And I've had a lot of friends of mine that do generative art that have been working their ass off to create a lot of digital art space. So what I'm going to try to push for is more generative AI and try to help the one-on-one artists. It's really easy to be I want to say really easy. It's easier to be a PFP project because a lot of people can buy into the community and then so forth. Being a one-on-one artist is really hard. Because not a lot of people are going to rock your your generative art as their PFP, their profile pic. So I'm trying to push for that. It's an uphill battle, but I'm going to do my best to see if I can mint this project out. I've given myself a year from now. My goal, a year from now, my goal is to mint these out. All 700 of these, the whole 700 collection right now, and I think I'm at 66 now because you just minted. So as an artist, as a creator, it's not about like selling out all at once. It's about selling one once a week, once a month, and just that little slow grind as I move forward. I think that's what I'm really going to enjoy with this NFT project. And as I connect with other people, I'm going to introduce them to generative AI. I'm going to introduce them to Polygon, and then eventually I want to build like a world, like a metaverse world that has like all these little scenes of this place. Would be really cool.
It would be really cool, really beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious, like how, what platform you will choose to make it happen whenever the time comes, whenever, the capabilities are there too.
Yeah, you know what? It's getting easier now with AI because I know AI you can create like you can create the skybox now, and then I'm getting really good at Unity. I feel like I'm getting better at Unity. It's been a long,
Nice.
where maybe I can create this, but it's hard. The time is time got. I think everybody can tell you time goes so fast in Web3. It
Mm-hmm.
just goes by so fast. So I'm just trying to figure out what the time is and spend it wisely and make sure I'm getting a return on investment. So if you guys are into generative AI, definitely check out the collection. It's something new. I'm really going to be pushing for this collection moving forward, and maybe I can get the doll girls inside this platform moving forward.
Perhaps, I mean, I'm sure you know how to contact Tink Poco. I believe if you want to like get in touch with the baby dolls, she would be the best person to speak to.
Yeah, and she's great, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking with her, she's really well educated, really knows her shit, has worked with a lot of great brands. So having creators like that is so special because you can like share ideas with. They have gone through a lot of experiences. They know how to run events, and they're really professional with it. That's one thing I noticed from her and working with you. Just really, really professional with it.
Oh, I am the laid back one. She is the professional side of.
She's great. Yeah,
she's so she's so great. Like sometimes I'm
yeah.
just like, thank you for saying that. I'm over here like, just telling everyone the bubbly stuff, and and she's like, very precise with her words.
So these are my owls that you're looking at. These are the Moonlight Owls.
Yep.
So each one of these Moonlight Owls will get a first fast pass to the Polygon Showcase. I just messaged them and I'm like, we're going on year two, 2.5. Stay with me, guys.
Do you own,
And
because I know this is your profile picture. Do you own? Yeah, you do. Okay.
yeah, so there's three of them that I have. One is going to be for my daughter,
Aw.
and I have one that's really special to me, number 24. So people ask me how I got the name Creative Owls, right? So my
Mhm.
grandfather, who I grew up with, he would always be up late at night working, and I remember as a kid, I'm like, why are you always up at night working? He's like, I'm an owl. He's like, he that was the best time for him to learn was at night because during the day he had to do work, he had to take care of the kids. So at nighttime was the time where he could actually create or he can learn, right?
Mhm.
Um, and that's where the name kind of Creative Owls came for me was kind of based off my grandfather. And unfortunately, he passed away about a month and a half ago. And out of my entire collection, when I last saw him, I asked him which one of the owls was his favorite owl. And number 24 was his favorite owl. So this was the owl that I did not sell. So I have this one for my daughter, and then one for myself that I'm keeping on the blockchain for myself.
Oh, damn. Then this one right here is a
That's the
special
mecca
one.
right there. Yeah.
Yes.
So hopefully no one ever hacks my shit. But
Gonna
but
have
I
to
actually
send it to
printed.
the ledger.
Yeah. So I think that's how I have my owls. I mean, they've been kicking it, and this was like I lazy minted this on OpenSea. I didn't know anything about smart contracts. I released these on Wrapped Ethereum. I had no idea what I was doing when I first came out in the space. But I just wanted to create. I just
Hmm.
wanted to just try something. And if you guys are listening and if you're scared to try something, don't. I mean, learn to fail and fail some more. And that's how you become a better artist, a better creator, a better leader. And just keep working it. But just know what you want to do at the end of the day and just keep trucking.
Just keep trucking. I love the polygon eyes on this owl. I've been wondering because I think all of them may have this right here.
Yep.
Do these symbols right here on the corner stand for?
So if you uncrypt that, that's my real name.
Okay. I'm like over here like tilting my head to see if
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Someone's like, "Did you mess that up?" I'm like, "No." If you go inside like Adobe like Illustrator and
Oh.
you highlight that and then you hit the different font, it will show you what my real name is.
Ah, I see. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So like it's like I had to figure out. Every artist, like who's a traditional artist has their own like paintbrush, right? How they like color and paint. So that
Mhm.
was like my little stroke that I have as well.
I love it.
Uh, but But here's the thing, I have an entire owl collection, like a version 2 of this that I haven't even released yet, and I'm these are the things that keep me up at night. I have an entire owl collection. I think CC has actually seen some of the owls from the other collection. If you go to the website,
Right here?
yep, and scroll down to do slash NFTs. If you scroll down, this is the next collection that I'm thinking about releasing. So
This one
this is
right
the
here?
first
Mastermind?
owls, mastermind owls. So these are all like AI robotic, like enhanced content creators that I'm like super low key right now.
T-shirt
Super,
size, hoodie
yeah,
size.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So these are like super. This is something that I've been working on the back end, and I'm just waiting for the right time to release this collection. So I've got about 81 people that have already signed up for the whitelist, and this is going to be a banger. But this is still super DL under the wraps. I want to work with a couple other brands before I release this, so it gets fully gets fully presented well moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Here, I'm sharing the link here so that if anyone wants to sign up for the whitelist,
I appreciate
you're
that,
more than
man.
welcome to. I did notice that you also had a newsletter. What would signing up for the newsletter give
So hit
your
so
respondents?
so hit no thanks real quick.
Okay.
Just hit no thanks.
Oh.
So I do, yeah, yeah, no worries. So I just had an event with Polygon. So Polygon is one of my partners, I guess you can say, that I've worked with in the very beginning by doing the Polygon showcase, and I've been a Polygon partner. And they had Polygon Studios as one of the first NFT artists. They get kind of called a partner, I guess, where we kind of collaborated. If I need help marketing, they would help support me, or if they need any marketing help. They just released a new product with their ZK rollup, and they wanted to do a premiere in the metaverse. Who do you think they're going to call? Call
Creative
Owl.
Owl.
So we did an event. So I highlighted that. I talk about the Metaverse Summit. I give some tips and tools. I talk about SEO. I did a podcast with another Web3 content creator. So just talk about like interesting fun facts around Web3 entrepreneurs, and kind of put my thought leadership content inside my newsletter as well.
And just to kind of just be clear, signing up for the newsletter is separate from the white paper, correct? Like
Yeah,
you need to sign
absolutely.
up for
Yeah,
both.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Just making
Yeah,
sure.
so the newsletter we usually get about once a month or once every 2 months, depending on topics. And then I also have an insights section on my website that I also have some blog articles. I like to create articles, um, talk about threads, talk about badges, anything that's coming on in spatial. I really try to, uh, you know, present it and give my point of view on it as soon as possible.
Let's
Look at
see.
that, man.
What
Rocking and rolling.
what is this for Twitch? I mean for Twitter? Yeah, I don't know. Facebook, email, notes, link. Okay, cool.
Appreciate that.
No worries.
Yeah, so I'm just trying, like I said, I think in the very beginning I was creating blog articles, doing events, doing newsletters, Polygon Showcase. I kind of, I wouldn't say burn myself out, but there were so many things that I was creating where it was too much. So I had to kind of scale down and figure out what the best return on investment was for my time. And that's something that I encourage everybody creator is figure out what works for you. Try everything in the very beginning. Um, and then if you see that there's a something that works for you that you really enjoy and you're getting a lot of return on investment, go 100% in on it.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Just like a little secret, even like for myself before coming into Web3, I mean, I wasn't a show host or host of anything to for that matter, shy person. Just like how you mentioned earlier, like, exactly how you described like joining your first Twitter spaces, like being shaky and shit, like
Yeah.
right. The one thing I did not know, which I wish I'd known you at the time, is like writing down the bullet points, because I'll be going up there and just like slinging and sounding dumb if any moment I could.
I've learned my lesson. So I think the first Twitter space I hopped on, I told everybody about my Polygon collection. And I told an entire room that was full of Ethereum creators that liked monkeys. Oh
Oh
my.
my god.
And it was so bad because people were like, "You can't. Polygon is cheap. You can't even bridge." And this is before marketplaces were accepting it, so I got kind of laughed at.
Oh man.
But then I was like, "All right, if that's the worst it's gonna be, I'm good, right? If
Yep.
that's the worst, if I'm gonna be in a room full of 600 people and embarrass myself, so be it.
Yeah.
You can only move forward from that. I feel like, and yeah. So now this is where I'm at now. I'm creating. I'm working with big brands. I've got my. We just finished the Metaverse Summit not too long ago, where we had creators from all different Horizon World, Decentraland, VR Chat, Spatial, all come together to talk about building in the metaverse, educational, marketing, and so forth. Next one I'm going to be working on is going to be coming in November. It's called the AI Summit. We're going to be talking about generative AI. We're going to be talking about how to run your business with AI, how to scale your business,
Exciting.
and what are the different type of AIs out there for you. So that's going to be a banger moving forward. And then we've got the Polygon Showcase 7 coming out as well. So, yep, the Metaverse Summit that's going to be coming out.
Yep, November 16th from
Yep.
3:30 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, and we're working on sponsorships as well too. So one of the things that I do is provide sponsorships. So if you're a brand and you want to, market yourself, if we're bringing a lot of people in the space, is a good opportunity for you to put your logos, or we give you a panel session for you to talk about your product or your business and have some talking points and kind of introduce yourself. So these are the things that we're trying to do is get these Web 2 businesses and Web 3 and get Web 3 businesses kind of like in the mix working together.
And that, yeah, I mean, from kind of having this goal, have you noticed like more and more brands being interested in kind of a metaverse application to their business?
Yes and no. I feel like there was a really big hype for it in early 2021. It kind of died down. I think it came with like the market,
Mm-hmm.
right? But now there's a lot of different opportunities with the metaverse when it comes to creating, not just with NFTs, but these businesses that want to have create an online experience for their brand, for their customers. Instead of having a call help desk, you can have a help VR experience, right? Or give them exclusive access. So that's what I'm working towards. Working with some bigger businesses now that got a little bit more wallet space, so then we can create some really immersive space, but also have a budget for. It takes a lot of time to build a Unity space or create an environment or put something together. You can only speed it up, but you also don't want to downplay the quality. No, because if you have an event, you want to have like agenda, you want to have speakers, you might want to have wearables, you want to stream it. There's so many different layers of building now to make that full production be amazing. Yeah, you're tapping in. Well, I'm an owl, so this is my time I'm creating, but I'm gonna give you about another 15 minutes. If anybody has any questions, um, or if anybody has any comments, or if you have anything else that you want to ask as well, if you want to wrap it up. Yeah, so we're gonna try to do them like every 2 weeks, maybe once a month or twice a month right now. And what we are trying to do, I think the next one that I'm trying to bring up some more girls or some more women in the space to come and talk about their experience. It's a lot of bros in the NFT space or the Web3 space. So I think the next space I'm going to try to bring up my friend Metavixens and try to bring Vanessa. Maybe I'll reach out to see if she's available to talk about how to sell NFTs, what works for them, and talk about digital marketing. That's what I really like to talk about. It's like how to market. Anybody can create, but you got a great product. How do you
How,
get your product out
how
there,
do you show
right? How do you,
people? Mm-hmm.
yeah, how do you show people, and how do you educate people that have never heard about, your product, or how do you bring them into your metaverse space? That's like the big thing moving forward, and figuring out how to collaborate.
Yeah, most definitely. Though that is, that's a big challenge, and I'm happy that you're spearheading that. Let's see. I don't see any questions
So
from the chat.
here's
Go ahead.
here's some titles for you. We just finished 9 ways to gaining 10,000 followers. The last one we did was 7 secrets to being a better Web3 content creator. The next one we're going to work on is tools to help you sell your NFTs. And the next one is staying consistent in Web3, how to create your brand, 8 SEO best practices for stronger organic traffic for 2024, and how to support and grow your Web3 community, and 10 steps to boosting your website. So these are kind of the Twitter spaces that we're going to be running here in the future.
Nice, excellent topics. I was sitting here just like, damn, I already want to join these spaces, see what the alpha is.
Yeah, I
And
mean, we bring it straight, and we try to do examples. I try to give people homework as well too, so everybody has an opportunity to learn and take action. Just think about it. I can have the best Twitter space, and we can have the best show, but maybe 90% of people won't do it.
yeah.
It's only that 10% or that 5% that's really going to take action, and those are the people that are going to get the return on investment for their time.
Hmm. Those are the people that are going to to reap the rewards.
100%.
So if anyone would like to connect with you, collaborate with you, partner up, what is the best way for them to contact you?
The most professional way, if you really want to like collaborate or do, you can either try Twitter DMs, but that's probably not going to work. The best thing is go to my website. That kicks off an entire workflow process. It lets me know what you want to talk about. Do you want to do interviews? Do you want to have an event? Do you want to brand? That really kind of helps streamline the process, and then from there we can have like a Zoom call and try to figure out how we can work and collaborate. Because I also have to do my research about you to figure out if you're someone I want to work with as well too. I've learned in the past you can't say yes to everybody. Not everybody always has your best intention as well.
Yeah, 100%. Always gotta do your research. Oh Lord, I hope you didn't find anything embarrassing on me whenever you did your research on me.
No,
uh,
you were like I said, you got valid pretty quickly from Decentraland. So, and then you were part of the Metaverse uh, Summit. You collaborated. You were well spoken. You communicated really well. So for me, it's you were valid.
oh, good. You didn't see the YouTube Call of Duty videos of me
I
just
play Call of Duty too. Don't worry, man. You're good.
and yeah, next time I would like to have you on one of the shows. I'm definitely gonna go through here through this contact form. I see. Yeah, you have the topics. I would I wonder what your reaction would have been if I would have taken this approach first instead of like, just hitting you up on Twitter and being like, "Hey."
I probably would have sent you a long email like what list of questions you were gonna ask. But when I connected with you, you were like, "We're just gonna freestyle. We're just gonna go." I'm like, "All right, cool. We'll
This
do
shit
it."
this shit's super chill. We just
Yeah.
freestyle. We rap.
I had to tell my wife. I was had to tell my wife. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go do a podcast show." She goes, "It's 10 o'clock." I'm like, "It's Web3, babe." She's like, "All right, do what you gotta do."
Do what you gotta do. So,
Yeah, and thank you everybody for taking some time listening today. I really appreciate everybody that's been in here dancing their booties all for the last like 2 hours, getting to know me, but getting to know you guys as well too. I know you guys are creating a great community over there. So big shout out to everybody that's been in this space. Thank you.
thank you. And I do know that you had kind of like a final announcement you wanted to make before closing show.
I think I might wait. I
Uh,
think I might wait. I think I might wait. Now I'm thinking about it. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit, but there is a big announcement regarding a partnership that I'm collaborating on, that I'm going to be joining. Something very very big, very very big for myself. So I'll hold off to that until I get the final uh, word out. But so you be quiet.
Your secret is safe with me. And
Yeah.
also if there's any way that I can help you, support or anything, you know how to reach me.
Yeah. Yeah. Just let me know where you want to collaborate on in the future, and I've got some opportunities that are going to be coming up. So if you are a metaverse creator, I'm looking to work with some of the best in the space. So if you guys got some talent when it comes to hosting, collaborating, onboarding, or just creating dope stuff, reach out to me. I think that's what I'm looking for. I'm really trying to work with the best of the best right now.
Thank you. And yes, like like once again, thank you so much for your precious time. I know at this moment you could be creating, but instead you're talking to a degen like myself.
Yeah. No, I had a great conversation with you tonight. It was organic, right? We jammed out. We talked about some really fun topics, educational topics, and I'm thankful for the platform where I can share my story, talk about where I came from, how I started, and connect with more and more people. I think that's the goal what I've been always trying to do. So thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you setting this all up, messaging me 4 or 5 times, making sure that I was going to come on and making sure it worked out. So really, thank you so much, man.
It's my pleasure, and once again, it's an honor. Our previous time that we kind of crossed paths was at the summit, and you did a great job there. Definitely, like, I know how difficult it is to put all that together, and you just made it look so seamless. Thank you once again for your precious time, and yeah, I hope we can work together or do something in the future together.
We definitely will, man. I'll definitely keep you in the loop. Maybe with the AI Summit, man. If you're interested or if you have any background with the AI Summit, let me know. And then maybe we can collaborate. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. I'm down for whatever.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you everyone for that has lasted this entire 2-hour stream. I really appreciate all of you. Final shout outs to our sponsors, Fox Boards, Songbird Collective, Meta One Designs, Dr. Drip. Dr. Drip, if you're here, thank you so much for airdropping those shades. They look dope as fuck, dog. Thank you. Of course, we got to show some love to the baby dolls. Thank you so much for, hosting us here at the Dollhouse. Thank you, Ting Poco. Final shout out to Gold Guy brand. If you're looking for some jeans, go pick them up. They're over at the Decentraland marketplace. And of course, this stream is powered by the Decentraland DAO. Much love to you all. I will look for someone to raid on Twitch, and maybe even Tang will take over the screen. Much love, thank you, and take care, everyone.